Alright, so I'm wetting my sky. I am not wetting where my horns are. And honestly, before I get started, I am gonna knock all of this back. It's too dark. You know, some people celebrate the lines. I do not. Alright, pencil lines. Okay. I'm going to come through. And with your greens, that's really how you're going to shape your horns. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. We do not have horns here anymore, so we can keep going. And we're just doing the, I don't know. Oh, that's the tree. I was like, what did I do? All right. Okay. Cobalt blue. Or you can do cerulean. I really just prefer, I don't like cerulean so much. But everybody's got their thing. Okay. And see, I'm just bringing this down real soft. See how light that is? And I'm gonna get, I don't think y'all have alizarin crimson, but I'm gonna just do a little smidge down in here. That doesn't matter so much. Over there. Okay. I do want to get that because that one is that to be white. And then we're going to come in and put in, while I'm waiting for that to dry before I put in my greens, I really want to make sure I keep that up there. Okay. Before I put in my greens, we'll just start working on these cows. And okay, so you're going to get your round, and this guy, he's got a little bit of brown, like a burnt sienna, but I'm wetting him. Okay. So let me get that. Okay. His ear's real dark, so I'm just starting there. We can drop a little blue in there later. And that's kind of his eye comes in here. Okay. Get a little, I'm going to put some purple on him. Actually, I was, quite a while ago, I was listening. He does a lot of, Randy Meter. Anyway, I think I don't know if he still lives around Clifton or what. Anyway, he does a lot of cowboy stuff. And he was saying that it's good to put, y'all gonna laugh, but put a little purple in with your burnt sienna kind of a cow. But this one definitely has a lot of blues. So we're just going to drop a little blue in and right in here and under. And I'm just going to draw a little bit. Okay, here's his ear. And his horn. There. And I want that to be, I don't want this like that. I have to fix that. But I want this to be soft, this edge. This one. And there we go. Okay. 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 And this sucker's really, this obviously is too, this one's, okay. Okay, that's, it's got a little blue. And then he's got this white hanging down. Well, I'm not going to show my uncle this cow. Okay. And then we have this. And I have that. Okay. He's got his tail swishing down here, which is a nice little effect. Little movement there. Okay. And here's his hindquarters. And I'm just kind of drawing with my paintbrush. And okay. because it's definitely okay. All right, and I'll come in and I think his eye should be here. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Whew. All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna move along. We have, and you know, I'll come back in and put some other colors in him. I believe a little more burnt sienna, a little purple. But we're gonna just move on and let this get dry. Okay. And shaping this longhorn's mouth with this color. And this definitely he's got some really deep red. Okay. And he's having a little snack. I really did intend to make these further back, but so I apologize. Okay. And I'm softening up. So you want it to look kind of round, right? And it also has some gray looking blue. So out for this color, I would put ultramarine with, you could put a little red in it. Or you could put a little of your, I think y'all have Payne's Gray. And we'll make sure this one gets skinnier right there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to figure out how to make this a little richer. And he's got to have his ear. Can't really see it too much, but there's his ears. And then there's his horn. Okay. All right, so let's see. This would just be in your shadow areas. Down in here by the grass. But he's more red, so we're going to try putting some red in there. Let's see what his, oop, come down here. They kind of have a sharp, they don't have a real, it's kind of square. Their muzzles. Yeah, I like this red on top of the burnt sienna. I do. Okay. And so this is defining that this is his horn. It's really hard to paint and talk. Okay, I like it. Okay, we're gonna keep moving on. And here's his, let me get the burnt sienna in there. Okay, because I don't want it to look too red. And then this gets white back in here. And he's got, okay. That's going to be green, but you, okay. We'll keep them moving. All right, so, and then we have this guy, and he is speckled. He have got kind of a hump on his head. Okay. Okay. He has not very much white on him at all, except this back leg. Okay, and there's his little tail. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead, just so I don't forget, put his horns in. But that they're gonna really be defined by the trees, right? Okay, they are quite big. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put in my greens in the background. And